So today we're gonna talk about spices, and I don't know, I like cooking. I really do like cooking, and also like to use quite a lot of spices, and also to experiment a little bit with spices and how they're just making my food taste, and also with adding more olive oil, less olive oil, adding salt, what is gonna change. So I in general really like just experimenting with. Oh my god, what happened? Nothing happened. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I do just like to really experiment with the foods that I'm using, how I'm preparing them, if I'm steaming them, if I'm not steaming them, and just using actually quite a lot of, well, is it spices? On herbs. It is herbs. I'm using quite a lot of herbs because we're growing quite a lot of herbs on our just balcony, and I really like to use them, and I really like to just see how I can make the food the tastiest I can, because I am eating not that many different things, and it is always a good thing to know how to prepare them differently so that they're tasting differently, and also just things to add. Like sometimes I just completely forget about some things. Like yesterday was a little bit of a quote-unquote cheat day for me. Some other people would consider it just completely healthy. But for me, it's like, okay, I'm just eating things that I wouldn't normally be eating. And therefore, I was using tomato paste, for example, and it was amazing, with some basil. Is it basil? Basil. Which just really tastes like just pizza-ish and stuff like that. It is amazing. I like cooking. This is my summary quite, and this is also one of the reasons why I want to talk about spices and also the health benefits of spices, because I've just today, while I was working out, watching a video by Tim Ferriss about spices, and he was like, well, okay, this is doing this and this is doing that. I only just know about cinnamon being able to reduce blood sugar, which I'm also taking advantage of, because I'm always having it in my oats. And yeah, but we will see. We will see what health benefits what spices are having, and it's going to be amazing. This is the John Hopkins or hopkinsmedicine.com site. All the links are going to be down in the description. So if you want to check out these articles, then please check them out. Another night of grilled chicken breast is good for your diet, but it also kind of boring. Spicing up a plain but healthy meal is good for your taste buds and your health. Reach for your spice rack, and you'll not only up the flavor of your food, but you'll also get a boost of antioxidants, which are substances that protect cells from damage. There are more than 100 common spices used in cooking around the world. Spices are concentrated sources of antioxidants, says Diane Wisstham, MS and RD, research nutritionist for the John Hopkins University School of Medicine, but some have been more studied for their therapeutic properties than others. There's no need to go on a massive hunt for exotic ingredients. Some of the best spices can be found at your local market. Here, Wisdom suggests which spices to consider incorporating into your meals. One note, most studies that show benefits use supplements to control the dose of spice or the spice's active compound that participants consume, often these bigger doses than you would normally eat in a day. So yeah, I think this is completely understandable, but why is this website not working? Do I have to make it bigger? Do I have to make it way bigger? I do actually have to make it way bigger to let it work. But yeah, I think it is fine also with the face cam. Yeah. Anyway, so the first one is actually going to be cinnamon to lower blood sugar. This popular spice comes from the bark of the cinnamon tree and is used in everything from pumpkin spice lettuce to Cincinnati chili. By the way, I haven't been using cinnamon in spicy food or in savory food yet, but I am really looking forward to trying it out, I think even today, to see what it is doing. But we all have to be a little bit conscious about our cinnamon intake, because there is a level of toxicity, I think. And so I think it is 6 grams or something. If you eat that, it is not going to be good for you. But 6 grams is really a lot. But yeah, cinnamon is especially great for people who have high blood sugar. It lends a sweet taste to food without adding sugar, and studies indicate it can lower blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes. Cinnamon may also provide heart health benefits, such as reducing high blood cholesterol and to triglyceride levels. That is especially important for people with diabetes who are at great risk for developing heart disease. Cinnamon is not a replacement for a diabetes medication or a carbohydrate-controlled diet, but it can be a helpful addition to a healthy lifestyle. I think studies have actually shown that it can reduce the GI index of foods up to either 20% or 50%. I'm not quite sure, but the first one is cinnamon. Should I highlight everything? No, not really. I'm gonna just take the first bit. Might be a little bit random, but anyway. The second one is turmeric to fight inflammation. Turmeric is best known for its use in Indian curry dishes and has become a trendy superfood for its ability to reduce inflammation, a common cause of discomfort and illness. One of the compounds of turmeric is a substance called curcumin, or curcumin, however. Research suggests it may reduce inflammation in the brain, which has been linked to Alzheimer's disease and depression. In a small study of adults over 50, those who consumed curcumin supplements over the course of 18 months had improvement in memory test scores. They also reported being in better spirits. Most impressive, scans of their brain indicate significant fewer markers associated with cognitive decline. So if you're old, eat fucking turmeric. Because of its anti-inflammatory qualities, curcumin is also active at reducing pain and swelling in people with arthritis, and animal studies indicate that curcumin could have powerful anti-cancer properties. A Johns Hopkins study found that a combination of curcumin and chemotherapy drug was more effective at shrinking drug-resistant tumors than using chemotherapy alone, which is, I think, good to know. And I hope you're healthy, by the way. I hope you're healthy, because cancer is a fucked up thing. Meal tip: once to add this powerhouse spice to your diet, rub it on roasted vegetables and meats, sprinkle it in tacos, or create a curry. Third one, ginger to relieve nausea. Ginger is a tropical plant that's been used in Asian cultures for thousands of years to treat stomach upset, diarrhea, and nausea. In the US, it comes in a variety of convenient forms: lollipops, candies, capsules, and teas. You can also purchase the dried powder in a spice aisle for the grocery store or off the grocery store, or buy it fresh to make teas or grate it into recipes. Research has found that ginger is effective at calming pregnancy-related nausea and reducing tummy upset after surgery. Some studies have also found that ginger cuts the severity of motion sickness and prevents the symptoms altogether. It may even help with chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting when taken along with anti-nausea medications. Ask your doctors first before taking ginger while on chemotherapy drugs, as it can have a negative interaction with certain medications. The more I know. I'm gonna highlight the whole one just because, never mind. Meal tip: work this singy spice into your diet by adding it to stir-fry dishes, smoothies, or sipping it in tea. You can also add it to homemade salad dressings and baked goods. By the way, I don't actually know if we have in Austria. Let's just actually check out this. I'm not gonna show things because I have fucking learned. I don't actually know if we have ginger as a spice in Austria. I really don't know, and I'm a little bit too slow today, as I'm seeing. Not something that I like too much. I'm very soon gonna show you. Just actually not that fond of letting people know where I'm living and stuff, because it is what happens if you Google things, apparently. But there you go. I'm on the Sparseite, or Sparsite, or however you actually are pronouncing it. Spar is probably also not the right pronunciation. But what's Ingwer, which is the German word for ginger? Actually, there is a lot of German words that are sounding relatively similar to English ones. But I wonder. I actually really do wonder, because there is full ginger, but this is the whole one. But I do. Oh, okay, there is something. There is actually something. I didn't know about that. But also, what is? Well, let's actually move on with it. Okay, thank you. It's broken again. I don't know why it is not working when I'm having it just in a smaller, just window size. But yeah, garlic to boost heart health. Most of us are familiar with garlic, the strong smelling bulb frequently used in cooking, but what you might not know is that eating garlic may protect your heart from changes that lead to heart disease. As you age, some hardening of the arteries is normal. This is called atherosclerosis and occurs as fatty deposits made up of cholesterol and other substances build up on the inside of your artery walls, period. Factors such as smoking, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol can make it worse as the build-up increases over time, the arteries narrow. This can make you susceptible to heart attacks and also strokes. Researchers have linked garlic intake with keeping blood vessels flexible, especially in women. In addition, studies suggest that eating garlic may reduce cholesterol and triglycerides. Garlic is a key ingredient in the Mediterranean diet and eating style that heart doctors often recommend. It can be used in any number of savory dishes. Meal tip: pair fresh or powdered garlic with olive oil and pepper to flavor vegetables, or use it with rosemary to make it a tasty meat rub. You can sprinkle it in soups and salad dressings too. I do think, but I don't really know if this is not just reducing the power of garlic, if this makes sense. I don't know. If you're just using garlic and you're cooking it, whether it is actually steaming, whether it is broiling, whether it is something else, so that it is not that, so that just, that you don't just, smell out of your mouth like fucking ass afterwards, because I think this is one of the just biggest downsides of garlic, that it, just tasting like shit afterwards it's not cool. It's not that of a nice thing. And yeah, therefore I think what about just, as I said, broiling it or steaming it or cooking it? So, but of course, you're going to lose some of these compoundments or something, I guess. I believe. I assume, actually. Let's put it like this. I assume. A cayenne to ease pain. Cayenne is a type of chili pepper that you'll find in Southern American cuisine, as well as Mexican, Creole, and Cajun dishes. Cayenne pepper contains a substance called capsaicin. It is what makes them spicy and also what can provide pain relief. Capsaicin reduces the number of pain signals sent to your brain. The result: you don't register as much discomfort. It works on pain caused by arthritis and diabetes-related nerve damage. You can apply creams with capsaicin directly on joints and muscles. Lab research and studies in the animals suggest that eating cayenne pepper can also help with something that causes a lot of internal pain, ulcers or ulcers. Although people often associate spicy food with stomach upset, capsaicin aids in helping reduce ulcers by restricting the growth of an ulcer-causing bacteria, which is the Helicobacter pylori or H. pylori, reducing excess stomach acid and increasing blood flow. But especially blood flow, which is also one of the things that spicy food in general does. It's not necessarily making you just sweat and stuff like that. Not necessarily. Of course, it can be the case if you're just very prone to, I think, just that, I guess. But just blood flow in general. I think it is a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty good thing. Probably also pretty good for recovering, working out and stuff. And I actually do like spicy food. I really love spicy food. And I'm actually having cayenne pepper or just freshly, quote unquote, grated chili over quite everything that I'm eating. Really quite everything, because I really like it spicy. But I do want to point out that when it is about capsaicin, which is indeed, as they also pointed out, the quote unquote ingredient or the substance that is making things spicy, then I don't know. Does it really have to be cayenne? I mean, it is chili that is grated and stuff, or grounded or whatever it is. No, it's grated. So what about other things? Because there's also pepperonis that are very spicy and stuff like that. So yeah, does it necessarily have to be chili? Anyway, so I'm already having just 2 out of 3 of these 5 things. Okay, 3, because I'm also eating garlic. I'm not having ginger, even though I do like ginger tea, and I don't have turmeric. but I don't know what turmeric is in German. I do have a slight feeling turmeric, that it is not just something that's pretty similar. I think it is actually kurkuma in German. Do we have that in this thing? Kurkuma. You're probably not writing it in that way. Well, let's actually see if we have that. If I'm having that in, and we actually have it. We do actually have it. Is there also like a cheaper one of these? I think I'm gonna just get one today. Just also because it's probably gonna make my food taste different once again, and it is something that I enjoy, and so it is cool. The healthiest ways to use spices. Whether you use spices fresh or dried, you'll still get beneficial compounds, says Withsome. I'm actually very sorry, but she cautions if you fry or grill food with spices, it decreases the antioxidants. However, microwaving, cooking, simmering, or stewing foods with spices actually heightens the antioxidant levels of spices. So I normally fry things. What means frying? But I saute them. So if you're tempted to take supplements to increase your dose of these beneficial compounds, it is important to note that commercial supplements are strictly regulated, which means you can't be certain of what the pills actually contain. Certain third-party organizations do testing to verify quality and contents of supplements. If you're thinking about taking a supplement, talk to your doctor or dietitian about what form and amount is right for you. Regardless of other health benefits, spices and flavor to add flavor to food and can make healthy meals delicious and interesting. And says Wisdom, one of the biggest benefits of using spices is that they are a healthy way to get you out of eating rut. And yeah, try this stewed chicken. I'm not gonna talk about this one because I haven't done anything of what I wanted to do today. The next thing is probably gonna be, do I wanna go? Yes, I wanna read this one. It is the webmd.com site. You probably know it if you're just searching for something health related, and it is one of the things that is coming up quite often. Juice the real thing. You may have noticed that some herbs and spices are sold as supplements, oregano oil or capsules of cinnamon extract, for example. Unless your doctor recommends otherwise, it is best to eat a herb or spice instead of taking it in pill form. She says there aren't many regulations about supplements and there is a little government oversight. So a capsule may not have the amount of something that it claims to, or it may have unhealthy additives. As the other article also said, food is an army, Moreno says. Compounds from herbs and spices as well as the other foods you're eating work together to provide health benefits. We don't know if you get the same result from taking a single ingredient as a supplement. So the best herbs for your health. If you're new to cooking with herbs and spices, Moreno recommends trying a pinch at a time to figure out which ingredients and flavor combinations you actually like. So here are some standouts to think about adding to your next meal. Cardamom. This sweet pungent spices in many pumpkin spice mixes. It is known to soothe an upset stomach, and lab studies show it may also help fight inflammation. One more perk of all spices, cardamom is especially high in minerals like magnesium and also zinc. And zinc is actually pretty important for immunity, as far as I know. And I've been talking about it quite often, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, let's highlight it. I'm probably going to highlight everything afterwards, so well, anyway. Chili peppers. Fresh, dried, or powdered chilies will give your food a kick. They also may boost your metabolism and help keep blood vessels healthy. One possible reason is capsaicin, the compound that makes them spicy. Cinnamon, yeah, let's just not talk about that. Lab studies show that cinnamon also may help with inflammation, fend off free radicals that can damage your cells and fight bacteria. Yeah. Cocoa or cacao. You may think of cacao as a key ingredient in chocolate, but it's a spice with many health perks. The cacao bean is chock full of flavonoids, which are antioxidants that have been shown to boost heart health. Flavonoids seem to play a role in lowering cholesterol and blood pressure and helping keeping your coronary, which is heart arteries, healthy, among other things. Something that I do want to point out though is that cacao powder is indeed high in saturated fat. So So just, I don't know, just don't eat half a kilo of it. It's probably not going to be good for you. And yeah. Cumin, used worldwide and known as a key ingredient in many Indian dishes, cumin is naturally rich in iron. It may play a role in weight loss too. One study of 88 overweight women found that those who ate a little less than a teaspoon of cumin a day while on a low-calorie diet lost more body fat and weight as those on the same diet who didn't add cumin. Which is also pretty interesting, to see cumin. I gotta have to look up cardamom, because I also think it is a pretty sweet one, as they also pointed out. Well, then we're having garlic and ginger that we're not gonna read, but yeah. Rosemary, an ultra-fragrant herb, rosemary is rich in antioxidants that prevent cell damage. Moreno says even sniffing it may be good for you. One study found that people who got a whiff of rosemary performed better on memory tests and other mental tasks compared with those who didn't. Researchers think of its compounds called 1.8 cineol may boost brain activity. And the last one is turmeric. Yes, and we also, just for the sake of just not reading the other things, I'm also not going to read this one, even though I would actually be kind of interested. Well, let's actually just highlight the whole thing there. I'm also just adding some bullshit there at the end. But nevertheless, there's actually some other things that I also wanted to go through, which is this one. Eat foods rich in omega-3s. Why to limit saturated fats and trans fat. 13 foods that are high in fat and good for you. What? Healthy fat. Oh, this is actually not what I wanted to have. But there is another one from the food.ndtv.com site. As I said, the link is going to be down in the description. So if you need something, please go down into the description. Yeah. Health benefits of 38 important spices from around the world. So it's actually quite a lot. The first one is anise. Star anise is usually used for culinary purposes in Chinese, Indian, Malaysian, and Indonesian cuisine. Star anise is a rich source of two important antioxidants, namely linalool and essential oil and vitamin C that protects the body against cellular damage caused by environmental toxins. The second one is allspice. This is kind of berry that combines flavors of pepper, nutmeg, and cinnamon for a power-packed flavor. It helps in digestion. I always thought that allspice is like just some mixture. Then the third one is Ajwain. Ajwain is also known as caroom seeds. Caroom seeds are often chewed for medical purposes, despite a partially bitter taste. Ajwain or caroom seeds provide a whole host of health benefits. Promotes digestion, cures stomachache, and so on and so on. Black pepper, very important. I do have to read this. A pinch of black pepper, when added to any recipe, enhances the flavor manifold. First of all, which I think I've also seen. Black pepper is also known as the king of spices, promotes weight loss, helps relieve cold and cough, improves digestion, boosts metabolism, and treats many skin problems. In fact, a glass of Holy Dood becomes much more therapeutic with a pinch of black pepper. The more I know. Black cumin seed oil helps in preventing asthma, allergies, and other respiratory issues. Then we have in cumin. What is cumin then? Turmeric is curcuma and cumin. What is cumin? Cuminum. Is there something in German? Well, I don't actually know. Cloves. Well, I actually do not want to read all of this. Let's just pick the interesting ones. The other one is going to be found in a PDF that is free in the description, so you can check it out, or you check out the article per se. Cinnamon, yeah, we have it. Cayenne. So we do actually see that quite a lot of these are repetitive. So yeah, dill, fennel. Is there something else that's interesting? Ginger, horseradish. Horseradish. It is a bitter spicy root. It has antioxidant properties which help to reduce skin damage. Since it is high in fiber and rich in protein, horseradish can stimulate feelings of satiety, and it can be used freely in recipes without worrying about adding any unnecessary fats or calories. Actually, didn't know about that. But horseradish is actually pretty cool and pretty good. This is what I've been talking about before. Like sometimes we just really forget about adding things to our food. And I don't know if I'm just eating my lentils, which I'm preparing most often in the quite same way, which is to point out everything that I'm using. A bit of oil to roast the veggies beforehand because it tastes a little bit better. Sometimes I'm also not doing that. Then I'm draining everything because I'm using canned things because of other purposes that I've been talking about before. And I'm just rinsing them as much as I possibly can because I don't want to have all the fucking salt. I quite put everything together. I add in quite a lot of, which is actually pretty good, but I don't know if it is that healthy, quite a lot of paprika. Paprika, as I've actually found, is relatively fatty, which, I'm having oil in the pan or in a pot or whatever, adding quite a lot of paprika, and it starts to browning, and it starts to just also sometimes get black a little bit, but you have to just, please don't do that too much. A little bit is fine, but too much, like, no. And that's just really great depth to the whole thing. If you're just having this paprika wipe there and stuff like that. Then I'm adding rosemary. I think it's called parsley, basil sometimes, just because we're having it this point in time. Then some, I don't know what it's called. Some onion type thing. Yeah, and some other herbs that I don't know the name of, unfortunately. Oh no, I know it. Let's see if I can find it very quickly. Chives, 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 and some other type that is called like the same. It's actually like the same thing, but it's apparently is like garlic and not like onions. But I just really don't just see the difference, to be honest. I really don't. But yeah, let's see. Horseradish mustard. The seed comes from the ground and has a spicy flavor. Native to the temperate areas of Europe, mustard helps reduce pain, stimulates appetite, and relieves symptoms of arthritis. According to a study done by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, including mustard oil in your regular diet could prove to be beneficial to your heart health. Being a rich source of MUFA, it lowers bad cholesterol in the body, thus keeping a check on blood fat levels and helping in circulating. This is, by the way, also something that I could add, but I just don't think about it. Nutmeg is a popular spice used in cooking across the world and is also famous for its health benefits. In ancient times, nutmeg was used for numerous remedies to improve health. It provides bad breath. It improves bad breath, not provides. Helps detox the livers, helps you to sleep well, and it is known to improve the texture of your skin as well. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is paprika. Peppers are used both in whole and powdered forms. Powdered paprika has many benefits and its flavor is quite mild. A rich source of anti-inflammatory agents, paprika helps lower blood pressure and promotes eye health. Paprika promotes healthy digestion by increasing saliva and stomach acids, which help in breaking down food and making nutrients available for energy. Savory, sumac, stines, sesame, Tabasco pepper, and turmeric, jalapeno pepper, and galangal. As I said, I'm actually also gonna highlight everything so that it is actually also in this PDF, if I can, but apparently I can't. Fucked up shit there. It's not working that well, this whole highlight thing. Gotta be honest with you. And I'm just also seeing that the window is actually pretty big. And it doesn't have to be that big. Can I please do I have to use the mouse? The next episode, by the way, is going to be about anger management. I know I'm forcing myself. I don't actually want to. I really don't want to. But I'm forcing myself to do so. Let's see if I can do it now. It's actually lagging quite a bit. Can I please highlight this shit? Well, yeah, I'm gonna end the episode. I try to do it afterwards. So yeah, I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, and then also being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty cool thing. 3 questions that I'm gonna have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions hopefully gonna show you your purpose, and maybe even a business idea. And one other question that I'm having for you is: what could you actually say in particular that is really gonna change somebody's life? And yeah, with that being said, very sorry that it's so fast, but I'm already 31 minutes in, which is actually quite insane. But yeah, gonna see you the next time. Bye bye.